Welcome to a big announcement episode of the McFuture podcast. I'll be very honest. I feel like I made some amazing content and some good, but the only way I could have grown it the way it was to have enough notable guests where you start getting into their followings. And I had some really big ones: Jim Jeffries, Governor Ventura, A.R. Bernard, head of the ACLU, Nadine Strawson, Larry King. It was enjoyable to have guests, but I'm here to get my ideas out, and any time that I spend getting other people's ideas out is not as valuable to me. There is a networking component, there's a marketing component that's valuable, but ultimately it's how you want to use your time, and that's the choice I've made. Also, the algorithm sometimes helps, but really with long form podcasts, it doesn't help that much. Most people are not going to commit to watching a person they don't know for an hour plus or even 20 minutes plus. The only game in town, if you're not going to do guests, is very short content. So that's the plan. The new concept is called the Trend Daddy. It doesn't really roll off the tongue as much as the McFuture, but it's exactly what it sounds like. I'm going to be rating the trends that matter and the ones that don't. I'll include one of the new episodes right after this intro. I'm going to be posting that on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and X. And there will still be an occasional McFuture episode. I'm actually on the fence about whether it makes sense to have two separate feeds. Right now, the old feed is going to have both. There's only one of me. So if you're listening, you're tolerating me for a reason. The long-term plan is to have a full long-form podcast of the Trend Daddy. It really depends on how popular the videos get. Podcasts are best at maintaining an audience rather than growing it. So I'm going to put all the short videos into this feed, and some of them will be longer than the ones that appear on YouTube or Instagram Reels or whatever. What I want to do is create a podcast that's interactive and answers people's questions and goes a little bit deeper than the videos do. The other component here is going to be a newsletter. In the newsletter, I will go a little bit deeper into each trend and put in all the stuff I had to take out for the video and include all the charts. And I think it'll help people have a relationship with me in a way that the McFuture didn't lend itself to, nor was I very open to it. So a lot of new things: new format, new name, new newsletter, and new way of engaging with me. It's a brand new start. So I would appreciate it if you're a fan, if you enjoy this, share it with others, sign up for the newsletter. I'll probably sign you up if you already signed up via email or Patreon, but I don't know what to do with the Patreon yet. I've been pausing it every month, but I do eventually want to have premium content on there. But for now, I'm holding off because I just need to see how the momentum builds and then make some decisions. Anyway, if you have any questions, you can write to me at steve@ideafactory.com, factory with a K, of course, and I'll do my best to respond. But this should be a really fun adventure, and check out this next video. If you have any creative thoughts or ideas, by all means, let me know. And also, if you know someone who, or if you're that person who wants to help edit these videos, let me know, steve@ideafactory.com. All right. See you on the Trend Daddy. We really don't care about the working class, do we? 62% of Americans think it's the government's job to get everyone health coverage. But that number was as low as 42% around 2015, which is after Obamacare, which means people looked at the government doing something and they're like, this isn't working out. We need to look one level deeper. On a different survey, most people like their private healthcare coverage, somewhere around 80%. And poor people have full coverage through Obamacare. So the only people left uninsured or underinsured are the working class. So I give this trend a 62 out of 100 because who am I to disagree with the public? If we are going to fix it, we can't shoot our way to a solution. We can't keep treating this as a moral or a human right. I don't have a right to your labor and your resources. It's also not what the libertarian or conservative side says. It's just another commodity you buy. If you can't afford it, too bad. No, it's not that either because it's life and death. I suggest it's a third thing. It's an expectation. Because when we look around the developed world, everyone else figured out universal care, and we can do the same. If you have a trend, chart, or question, tag me and subscribe to the trenddaddy.com newsletter.